podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Derby. We've got a great episode this week. Well, not for me, but we're going to go through last week's game week, City beating United, and then obviously the midweek when I just sat back and watched all of you guys play European football. We've obviously got Bayern Munich, Chelsea, which Rhys has ducked. It's typical, isn't it? The week that they get battered in Munich and they draw in their own backyard to Brentford, he's suddenly doing something else. So yeah. Shout out Rhys. And then, we're going to go through Liverpool, two late winners. It's getting pretty familiar for this season. All late winners so far, I think. And then we've got Arsenal getting two wins away at Bilbao and then also at home against Ange in their opening game of the season. But yeah, before we get going, let's go through the housekeeping. So for those of you watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, drop your comments down below, share with all your mates. All of that stuff helps grow the channel. And then, for those listening on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple, etc., please follow, give us a 5-star review. All of that helps us on those platforms as well. And then, before we kick off, obviously, everything we chat about in the pod is just entertainment purposes, no real opinions other than just football-related stuff. So, how are you lads doing? We're welcoming Khem back. I don't know if it's good, bad. Definitely ugly, but how's it going, lads?
Tomato.
All good, man. Glad to be back, man.
Just travelling again, but he brought his kit with him, so respect. How are the Arsenal lads doing? 2 wins, feeling good?
Not a bad week.
Something like.
Not a bad week at all, exactly. Just like standard practice.
You wouldn't know from how some of the Arsenal fans are talking, but yeah, it's been a good week.
Is it? We got to get into it, man. We've got to get into Arsenal. Yeah, 5 goals for, 0 goals against. What could be wrong, man? But let's get the pain out the way. Let's get the pain out the way. So let's go through the only United game we've got to cover on the pod because we're not in Europe. So 3-0 L Sunday, Etihad. I know everyone's got their weapons ready. Pause. I was chatting greasy about City being absolute rubbish, and I got well and truly put in my place. 3-0. Erling Haaland with 2. Foden with another one, came out of the gulag and started putting us in a spliff. So 3-0. What did you guys make of the game? I'll start with you guys first before I lose my head. But maybe Ayo, I know you've got a lot to say. You can kick us off, bro.
A lot to say means I told you so, more so than anything. As I said, I think everyone writing off City was crazy in the first place. I'm surprised everyone kind of doubted him. Obviously, it's just United, so you can't get too excited about beating them the way they did. But I think, City's still City. They've still got Pep. And, the game was, I don't think United stood a chance from the second they lined up. And, as it played out, it just looked like it was literally men against boys. You got overrun in midfield. Foden finally found like he discovered himself again after being completely non-existent for the last 12 months. Doku, what he did to Shaw was that was rude. And that drop of the shoulder was very filthy. And then obviously I just think overall I think City's look really, really good. And again, I just don't know. As long may the Amorim reign continue, because it just seems to be more and more sadness, and the sadness builds, and it brings me great joy to see what's happening to your team. And I just think when everyone kept saying especially when you said City and United are closer or similar, I did think that was a crazy statement to make. So I was glad to be proven true when the final result came to pass.
Yeah, no, definitely. Maybe not maybe. Definitely an L on my part, going so big right before the game. I don't know though, man. I'm still semi backing it. City aren't. I don't think 3-0 against us does much to enhance their title challenge or their hopes. I think it just says more about how rubbish we are. But anyway, I'm gonna die on that sword. Razor, what you saying, bro? Do you agree with Io, or do you think it was more self-inflicted on the United side?
Have you been swimming in a river in Egypt? Because you, my friend, are in denial. You are lying to yourself. You've been lying to yourself, bro. We all told you. Firstly, let me talk my ish. Yeah. I swear I told man they were going to get slapped free now. Like, I swear I specifically said that scoreline. Was that one of the ones that I got right? Hold tight, me. Razor knowing.
I think you went for 4-1 in the end. I don't think you got a correct score on that one, but you were
3-goal deficit.
Or
I'm holding the W anyway.
No, you got 3-1. You were cheering for us to score a consolation goal. Don't make me reveal the group chat, broski.
Anyway, no. I have my agendas. Anyway, my main agenda is that Man United are awful at football.
That's true.
And I told you, we all told you this. Literally, everyone told you this. Everyone said it. Like, we were like, and I get it. Like, City are not doing well right now, but you know, they're still City, and you're still the poorest United team since World War II. So it's kind of like, I'm just talking statistically. Like, I have no idea where the confidence came from. And then, do you know what? Yeah, like, we're sticking it on Ant. It wasn't just Ant. Like, United fans across the internet, yeah, have been united, ironically, in their delusion. Like, in the run up to this game, like, oh yeah, we're gonna give City a good. I watched like 4 football podcasts, yeah, including ours last week. All the United fans have been huffing the same glue. Oh, we're gonna give them a game. We're gonna give them a good game, you know. Oh, like, we're playing. No, at the A, yeah, they look shaky. They lost to Tottenham, bruv. You're not Tottenham, and I just feel like you got reality dosed. Like, you got reality dosed. And it wasn't to do with. I don't even think City were that good. I think if City had played like at the top of what that squad is capable of, they could have scored another 2 past you, 3 past you easily. Yeah. Are you not embarrassed?
Man, my life is embarrassing.
I think he's frozen out of shame.
No, bro, I'm here. It's just another notch on the embarrassing post, mate. We've been slapped by City many a time. So sadly, they all blend into one. And from one embarrassment to another, Khem, go on, get your digs in, bro. Tell me, how are you feeling? Man's gone off camera now. What's going on?
So I was still laughing at denial from Ray. That was brilliant. I usually AO shouts out anyone watching, but I don't know if it's worth wasting their time talking about Man United. I think there's just no point, really. You guys are terrible. Like, it's being covered by the boys. Like, we said this from the transfer pod, that you guys just throw, what's the phrase? You just throw shit at a wall and hope that it sticks, or whatever it is. And that's what you do with your spending. And I, as I said in the group chat, I think it's really disingenuous that you left out a key midweek topic. Like, you didn't play in midweek, but some of your players out on loan did. And one of them's Marcus Rashford, who's already like your equal top goal scorer against English opposition this season. So I just find it interesting because there was something to cover for you guys. Like, I know you're playing 1 game a week. You're only in the FA Cup because it hasn't started yet. You're only still in the Premier League because it hasn't ended yet. But like, you know, we said this. We all said this from the moment Amorim got hired. We've been consistent. We said it from day one. He's Amor, not him. Like, he's a West Ham reject. Okay, those man. He called in sick. The people of Lisbon were like putting out missing reports, posters like when you lost your cat. Where is he? We ain't seen him. And meanwhile, he's like a little host, slutting around London, having little secret meetings with David Sullivan. For them to just turn around and say, actually, we'll keep our manager that we're gonna fire, then fire another one, and then they're probably gonna fire their next one. And they would rather be in their situation than your situation. Like, you paid more than Madrid paid for Trent, for Amorim. Can you believe that? Like, and you're stuck with him because obviously you can't fire another manager during the season. So I'm personally loving your misery because you guys caused us misery for our whole lives. I think that's one thing I can agree with the Arsenal boys wholeheartedly, that we have all dreamt for this moment, that you guys stink, and like, you stink royally as well. So like, it's amazing.
That was
your next game.
Sorry, Khem. Sorry, that was expert level trolling. That was sublime. I'll give you credit. It's trolling, but also true.
No,
It's not
you
exactly.
even it is mostly truth, but you've also tweaked some extreme trolling that you were doing in the group chat for the pod. So we'll allow you. You've put in the
No,
Rashford stat, which you've massively cut down
Does that not
since your first.
concern you though? Like, jokes aside, shouldn't that concern you that the guy that you said now because it's every week there's a new problem, someone to blame, going back to Pogba and his hair, and then it was like Jose, let's get him out. Obviously, in recent times, it's been Hoyland. Let's say his name appropriately. There's Onana, Rashford, Sancho drinking magnums. There's always someone to blame. I don't know whose turn it is now, but Rashford's gone abroad and he's already like scoring, outperforming your players against English teams. Shouldn't that worry you? Because that includes playing Grimsby for the English teams like that you guys have struggled to score against. Like, because you said that you brought the strikers in to get goals, and we'll worry about the defense and midfield later, but they're not even producing. So does that not scare you? Like as a
I mean,
as a
why
potential
why would
relegation battle?
why sneak that one in? Why would any of that in isolation scare me? The whole thing scares me. It stinks. But you're being very selective because Rashford he was unreal in midweek, and I don't think no real United fans should really ever question Rashford's talent or like the quality he's had because he's shown it for us in periods, right? It's more about the other stuff around it, which I'm not going to get into again. But the scapegoat thing is it's going to keep happening until we start playing better, and until people stop having like monumental stinkers in big games, which I don't see stopping soon, right? So
Mm.
none of you can argue really with the players that you've mentioned. They're shit. Like the ones that
Well,
you've mentioned, Hoyland was terrible. None of you guys were arguing of us getting rid of him. Most of the players you're not arguing. None of you guys wanted Sancho as much as I was trying to flog him to every single one of you, right? So he's sipping magnums in Birmingham now rather than in Manny or in West London. So it doesn't make a difference. He's going to be shit everywhere. Garnacho, did you see Rhys's reaction? Do you think we're harsh for calling him shit or not wanting him in the club? I think all of it makes sense. The Rashford one is the sad one because I don't think it's got anything to do with ability. I think it's got more to do with whatever else is going on around the club. So there will probably be moments where United fans will go, damn, I wish we had Rashford back, or I wish we could have made it work. But you got to look forward and just concentrate on the players that we do have, that we spent 220 million on, and get them firing. And if the manager's not able
220
to
net.
do that, whatever, get your net spend out of it. And then get rid of Amorim if he's doing rubbish, which at the moment he's doing rubbish, man. Your West Ham jokes and all that, you're always taking it too far. Like Io said, it's class trolling, but the basis of the argument's fair. He's been poor. What's man's win percentage? Like
His his
25% or something. It's
his win
diabolical.
percentage is lower than a manager who lost all his players in a plane crash and another manager that got relegated.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Let's keep it PC though, because we don't want editing to
no,
go
but that's
wild
how
on this
bad
episode.
he is, dude. Like, I don't know
I know,
who
World
who
War Two,
actually
man.
who
Since
hired
World
him.
War
Was
Two.
it Wilcox or something?
No, it was Barada. So
Right.
Barada is the one that hired him. Barada is the one that basically went to war with Dan Ashworth and ended up getting him sacked after like 2 months because he was like so adamant that we wanted Amorim. And in the end, it's mad because Ashworth's ended up looking like he was right, and they've fired him and they've kept Barada, and I reckon that's the
Mm.
reason why they're going to hold on for a bit longer because essentially Barada's job and his neck is on the line for this. If
Pride is the
Amorim
devil, man.
continues to fail, then he's coming out of this looking stinky as well, and he may end up
Mm.
losing his job. So man, it's poor. I mean, most of the stuff that you guys said, trolling aside, is fair though. We weren't good in that game. I've heard Amorim and some other people say we weren't that bad up until the
No, you
boxes,
were.
but no, I agree. We were poor. I don't agree with people saying
I'm
that.
just keeping fact and
It's
reality at the
poor.
heart of what we do
Yeah,
here
no,
at the social media
yeah,
derby.
yeah, yeah. Give me a minute,
Yeah.
man. Let me land. I was about to. I was literally about to say that as well. It's rubbish,
Oh,
man. I don't care about outside the boxes. You need to be good in the boxes. I don't want to hear people making excuses. We
The
were
box
god
is where the
awful in
goal
that
is.
game. Exactly. I don't want to hear that, man.
We
We
were
were
good
pouring up.
outside the boxes. Is
This is
the
the
That's so
biggest
worst.
load.
crazy.
Honestly,
That's
this
a
is some
terrible, terrible excuse.
this is some field tilt stat bullshit where they're trying to tell me we're good
We
because we're
we were good at
second on all the
everything except
yeah.
defending goals and scoring
Exactly.
goals.
So basically, just keep the just kick the ball side to side. That's what we're decent at, but we can't actually score or stop goals. Disgusting. So yeah, man, City deserved it. And yeah, obviously, there's levels to the shit, and I still don't think City are that great. I still think you guys will beat them, and we'll get through that in the preview part later, quite comfortably. But we're just way shitter than them, and so that's my amendment to my statement. City
Oh,
is
you?
shit, but
Oh,
we're way shitter than them. So yeah,
stop
that's
saying
where we'll move on. Now we'll keep it going. I've got to give you some reason to potentially rant in future pods. So that's one of your strands. Keep going on. All right, let's go on
that.
to the other teams then midweek. Let's get Chelsea out the way since none of us are Chelsea. So they took a big L in Munich, 3-1. Then they also, well, before that they drew with Brentford as well, 2-2 on the weekend. What did you guys make of the games? Do you think the Chelsea fans got reason for concern?
nah. They're just like they they drew against a very plucky Brentford side that, like, I think a lot of us, like you can tell from our predictions as well, a lot of us wrote Brentford off this season because they lost some of their star players and their manager. But realistically, that's, at the risk of sounding like one of them, man, that's a proper football club, you know? Like, they got a little community there. They got people that, like, they've been through tough times, do you know what I mean? So, like, they're going to, they sold Tony and that was their star guy. And then they had players come out of the woodwork and do stuff. So I feel like they got a bit of belief and a bit of fight there. You're not just going to go there and pick up 3 points. You're not just going to host them and pick up 3 points. So I think Chelsea got a little, like, reality adjustment there. And then they got a big wake-up call because I think last season they were playing in a subpar competition for their level, not even talking about anything else, but for their level. And like, they were playing a subpar competition, expecting to get wins, and they almost got to run their banter on, like, rival fans. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you've been knocked out of the Champions League already. Oh, you man have never won one, innit? And they forgot that the lights are bright on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays now. You got to turn up, and the new format as well. Like, there's no second leg for you to get your little, like, back in blood, or like there's no other fixture in it. Like, this was your opportunity. Got to go to the next game. But I think it's a bit reactionary for them to, they've spent a lot of money, as they always do. They got a strong side. They're playing well. I think they just need to refine some of the bits and pieces. But the concern, like, isn't warranted in my bet. They should be disappointed, especially with the Brentford result, I would say. But yeah, don't be concerned. Just lock in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the only reason I asked that though is because some Chelsea fans have gone pretty. I haven't heard too many of them saying like they're going to win the league, and I know Rhys is much more in the like we'll qualify for Champions League camp. But there have been some Chelsea fans saying, you know what, we're in a title race, we're going to be competing with Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and you know what, and they actually feel like they're in it. So that's the reason why I asked the question, because it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like they're kind of in that best of the rest category, not really in the actual big boys league. What do you think, Io? Do you think Chelsea fans have come crashing down to earth, or you think this is just where they're at?
Well, yeah, I think I had more expectations for Chelsea, but they didn't look good for sure. I think you can see like their fragilities at the back and their centre backs issues, like Rhys has always pointed out, and they didn't look good against Bayern. Like Bayern completely, you can see, yeah, as Ray said, like the levels above. The difference in quality was clear to see. And I was watching that game, and it just, Bayern, it looked like they could get anything they wanted at will. So I think it's definitely concerning for Chelsea. I think when you spend that much money, you definitely expect them to be a lot better. And I don't know if it was Cara or someone saying when you spend that much money, or like 2 point something billion, how do you line up with, I think, Chalobah and whoever the other centre back was, and I think Tosin, I think it was, like in a Champions League game, which I think is a fair question to ask of a team. Obviously, it's good to have squad depth, but yeah, the fact that that's kind of their first choice centre back pairing, I guess even with Colwell injured, is a bit concerning on that part to spend that much money, and that's what you're lining up with again to go to Allianz. But yeah, against Brentford, I didn't think it was going to be a walk in the park. I think I predicted 2-1 to Chelsea, so I didn't think Brentford would give them a game, and then end up being 2-2. And so I think overall, I think Chelsea I think they'll get top 4, but I just don't think they're as good as I think people thought they were, and especially over the summer when they won the Club World Championship, and they're using that as to say Champions of Europe and all that stuff. I think that's just kind of. I think hopefully now that novelty has worn off and people realise how ridiculous they sounded, because the difference in quality from playing a pre-season tournament, which that actually is basically, and playing an actual Champions League football game is clearly a different level. And they didn't look like they could hold a candle to Bayern. And yeah, maybe they get better, but I think they've got a lot of holes, and I don't know if they've got enough time to patch a lot of them up. But I still think they might get top 4 for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you, Khem? Might as well get you in, because I know there's I mean, it's probably been going on forever since the Rafa Benitez and Mourinho days, but there's still definitely a bit of niggle between like Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans, and like Io said, Carroll pretty much sticks the knife in on Chelsea every chance he gets. What's your evaluation of Chelsea so far? Do you kind of agree with Carroll, or have you got a different
Dude,
view on it?
I don't agree with Jamie Carragher. Like, he's just someone we have to just put up with. Like, he's just not as wild as Souness, I guess, with some of his opinions. But then when you do look at it, because when everyone was talking about, like, I think we spent 400 million, right, and they spent 1 billion, and he said, like Ayo said, why do you end up with Chalobah and stuff like that? After a while, you look at it, because when you played FIFA career mode and when you had 2 billion, you would come out with like Neymar's and Mbappe's and like good players. Like, we spent 400 million, we got an Isak out of it. So what they don't even have their best player is actually Palmer. Like, when you think after spending 2 billion, spending, Palmer shouldn't be your best player, really. You should get some like a genuine like Ballon d'Or superstar potential player out of it. Like, when we look back at it, I know they've just got so much depth, but all they're doing is just collecting people for that bomb squad. So in terms of how they react, it's more like, what were their objectives for the season? Do they actually want to try and win the big trophies, or are they just here to just take part and flip players and keep messing around with the rules? So yeah, because I think you even said, Antony, on the first pod that they should be challenging for the title with how much they spent. I'm sure you have. I can always clip it if it's true. But with their game, yeah, Bayern were amazing. Like, I can't lie, Harry Kane is just getting. I feel like he's getting better with age, man. I know he's been playing in Germany, but I think he's already got like 90 to 100 goals for Bayern after his first 2 and a bit seasons, which is crazy numbers. I have to give him his credit. So I think they just caught a really good team at a bad time, and they need to gel a lot of new players as usual. But they've kept the same manager, so I don't think there's too much concern for them. I think I did call a draw for Brentford Chelsea. I don't remember fully, but Brentford, because it was such a late game, I think just the circumstance just played into Brentford's hands. So more credit to them for getting the draw at home. I don't think there's too many alarm bells for the Blues, but they'll be right. Depends what they want.
Yeah, that's true though. I think it is. I think it does depend on what they're aiming for, what their expectation is. Because I will defend them slightly in this. If you look at the number 2 billion, I get what you man are saying. When you look, like you said, Khem, at the players that they've bought, more than half of them are not serious. They're buying them to stockpile and potentially flip or do whatever their Moneyball private equity firm business on it. And at this point, I don't get why Carragher and some other people keep harping on about it at this point, because it's like, it's clear now, isn't it? Surely, right? They spend a lot of money, but they buy like 50 players with it, and they're clearly just trying to flip and trying to comply with the rules and do whatever else, and then the actual genuine good players, they'll keep them, like the Palmers and a couple of the other ones that they've bought, but they're not trying to do it for like the same reasons that the rest of our clubs buy players for a lot of money, to genuinely improve the team. They're not doing it for that. So I don't know why people like Cara keeps flipping his lid all the time about this. It's not that deep, man. They're not. I don't think they're even from a board perspective. I don't think they're trying to win the league and all that kind of stuff. I think they're just trying to basically get in top 4. If they can pick up trophies somewhere else, okay. and so they can put the world champions stuff all over their stadium, and that's it. I don't think they really give a toss the same way the rest of our clubs actually trying to win things. I don't know why I'm including me in there because my club's a disgrace, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't think they're really going for it that way. So I just think some Chelsea fans got giddy on, obviously they won, like Io said, they won the Club World Cup or whatever in the summer. They won like Razor said, they won that bummy trophy that only really West Ham should celebrate in last season, but I don't think they really care. Like I don't know. So I think this is just them reverting to the mean. This is where they're going to be. They'll catch L's when they play the big, really good teams like Munich, and they'll drop points here and there against the plucky teams like Brentford and Fulham. Like you said, Khem, Saturday late night, Brentford gets rocking. Like Razor said, that's a proper club actually. And I'm not trying to disrespect for them because I didn't really know Brentford like that, but the way they've stuck it on pretty much all of our clubs at that stadium, I think we all got to learn that even if they lose their best players and lose their manager, it's still going to be a sticky one for a lot of clubs going there. And Chelsea were just the latest team to fall to them. The only thing I will stick the knife on, Garnacho back post. All right, you guys all know. Let's move on to the next one. All right, let's go to Liverpool,
Three
lads.
players marking one guy, but it's
Exactly,
all Garnacho fault.
No, come on, man. Look, what's Garnacho doing? He celebrated the Caicedo goal like he did some like the Cesc Fabregas assist when really
It's a team
he did.
sport.
Come on, bro. No. Garnacho
You're
needs to.
blinded by your hate.
Nah.
He's free. He's
What?
another player that's free.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he's
Yeah,
It's
just
but
free.
happy.
he's gonna ball out. I don't
Nah, he's
even
not,
rate him
bro.
like that, but I know he's gonna
He
ball out
stinks.
because he is
Hold
free
that.
of the gulag.
No. Hold that.
It's good
He's
to
in a
see
different
someone
gulag
freed
right
from
now.
suffering, man. It's nice.
Surviving Man United. You man are
Man's
moving like
riding the
Surviving.
bench at Chelsea.
nah,
Surviving.
You
but
lot are
he
stinking.
survived Man
Come on, bro.
United, bro. Like, look,
No.
the numbers speak for itself. Look at what Hoyland's getting Hoy nasty out there in Napoli. Do you know
Man's
what I
got
mean?
2 goals. You lot
McTominay,
are going too early
Rashford.
on all this. McTominay's the only one that you got valid. Rashford scored only
Has
2
Hoyland got 2
goals.
goals?
He scored
Yeah.
1 goal for them. The other goal that they're
That's
looping
level
in is
with
the goal he
more than
scored
Cunha.
for Denmark. He's more. Cunha's been injured, bro. All right, let's get off this now. Let's go on to Liverpool so we can hear you waffle about something else. 3-2 at home to Atletico Madrid. Last minute Van Dijk header. Simeone getting sent off for apparently being called the Argentinian Arteta. He's. I understand why he got vexed about that. And then Burnley as well. Last minute penalty. Salah tucks it away. Ken, we'll start with you, bro. Give us all your gloating. Last minute. Are you actually happy of it? And do you think it's like potential champions, or
I
do you
don't know if
think you're
Ant froze or if I
it's a bit
froze.
worrying?
Ant froze.
Damn. Kem, chat
Oh wait,
about
you're back. I
Liverpool,
think
bro.
you're back.
Man's
It's like the
internet.
Snapchat meme where it's like blood's frozen, he's not moved or something like that. So the Burnley game, it's Burnley. They've been like that with Dyche with Scott Parker. I think that was their first defeat at home in a very long time. So, it's good to take that from them. But if you watch the game, you'd see that they just stayed in the box for the whole match. And yeah, it's always a bit of fortune. I'm not going to deny that to get a penalty, but it's not like it wasn't deserved in terms of trying to get the win, because the game was dominated, plenty of chances, not many clear-cut chances, I'll say, but it is difficult to do that. I think I have to give credit to Burnley for the way they set up. And then the Atletico game, yeah, that's the one where it's like, I'm glad we won. Obviously, you want to, it's the never say die attitude you always want in your team, and that will continue for sure. But I am sick of these 2-0 leads getting blown. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, at Wembley, that wasn't 2-0, but we blew the lead twice in that game. Fair enough, Charity Shield, whatever. Bournemouth game, 2-0 up at home. You fuck it up, and then suddenly we have to fight to the death, and then it happened again against Newcastle, against 10 men. We didn't even create, like, a chance for most of that second half before Ungo Neymar came on and scored. And then this one again. So it's almost like, it feels a little bit like early Klopp days where I didn't feel safe at 2-0. Like, I remember those days where once the third goal went in, I was like, okay, I can breathe, like, we're good. The early Klopp days. So it feels a little bit like that. So obviously, and I'm consistent with this. Like, I'm not saying we're not. We actually absolutely are the joint favourites for the league with Arsenal. But with that, we do have a lot of players, and they do as well. A lot of players to gel in at the same time, which with every club, whatever level you're at, can be a challenge. We've even seen it with like some of the greatest teams of all time. It takes a bit of time to gel them. But I did like the way Isak clicked with the guys, with Wirtz, with Salah. I do think Gakpo will probably lose his place in the team soon because he's become a bit of a one-trick pony at the moment. He never uses the overlap at all. As soon as he gets the ball, you just know he's going to cut in and try and shoot. It's like, at some point, please use your teammates. Like, just once. It would be great if you could do that. Just once. Just play someone else in. Like, everyone knows what you're going to do, Gakpo. So you can ride bench for a bit. Same with Kirkez. He can ride bench for a bit as well because he needs to grow up. So I'm glad that Robertson's back in the team because it's good. It's good to have competition. Like, Robertson was washed and suddenly he's now been in the tumble dry and he's back again. So we'll take that. And then Kirkez can learn from him. So I'll take the wins. I'm not happy with the way they lose focus. There's a bit of it gets a bit disjointed when we make some subs in the midfield. McAllister's still not fit. People are able to run clear from him. Sometimes Gravenberch will press too much rather than drop. There's just little things that the manager will need to sort out tactically, which I trust him to do that. So I'm not really stressed because if we weren't getting the results, it would be Pete. But the fact that we're not playing that well and winning with a team that's not gelled yet, it's going to be scary for everyone but Arsenal because obviously they're obviously on our level. So it's going to be tough to balance that out. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going. So I'm happy with it. Happy with both the wins. We're going to batter Everton. And then we'll keep moving on to the next one. Someone is due a bad beating, though. So it needs to be them. That's what I'm going to say.
So your thing is that you think you're going to improve from this point and there's not any chance that maybe you catch a bad L because you keep dropping leads or you're shaky defensively. You
What
think
do you mean by
firmly
bad
it's
L,
going to...
though? Because we will lose games. Like, we won't go invincible. But we'll lose here and there. That's just the reality of the season when you're playing 3 games a week. You forgot that because you don't play 3 games a week. But at some point, we will lose games or draw here and there. And when you're fighting,
No,
because
but
of Pep and what he's done to the Prem, the draw feels like a defeat now, basically.
No, but by bad L, I mean like the Bournemouth game. You guys won 4-2 in the end, but it was looking real shaky for a bit. Yeah, I'm not including the Arsenal game because that was a bit of a tactical warfare, and should have been a draw, but you nicked it, so you weren't really in massive danger of losing it, I would say. But all the other games you've played, maybe not Burnley because they just tried to defend the whole time and they played for the draw, but the other games, Newcastle, for example, it was looking a bit ropey when they pulled 2-2, and then you scored obviously the late goal. Like there's obviously a chance where you take an L against a team that's not one of the big challengers, right? And surely you would consider that a bad
up to
L.
the manager. They have to obviously make sure that doesn't happen. I will say with the Atletico game versus the others, because like the Newcastle one, we weren't creating much, and the Bournemouth one was a bit too much back and forth. But this game we probably should have put away. I feel like some of the strikers got their stinkers out of the way because Salah missed a couple of sitters. I think one smash off the post. Ekitike, it's a good thing he's already scored because if he hadn't, two of them were bad misses, and there was one where Wirtz was just afraid to shoot. So I feel like they've got some of their stinkers out the way now, shooting wise, which could have been in games we actually needed them to score, but we scored 3. So it should be all right to. I think the good thing is we're scoring goals and creating chances. He just needs to tweak. It's not even like periods of play where we're getting mad dominated. It's like there's like 10, 15 minutes where they just completely lose focus, probably bored, thinking about the next match, thinking about getting home, putting their kids to bed, what they're going to watch on Netflix, blah, blah, blah. Oh, crap, we still got a game to play. There's another 10 minutes still. They just need to focus up. Brand new asthma pump delivery will come in. We'll be all right, man.
Yeah, I think I'm surprised you haven't mentioned, man. I think Gravenberch, I don't know what you Arsenal man think about, but Gravenberch has been unreal in the last couple of games anyway that I've seen of him. He's definitely one man in that midfield. Yeah, he's one man in that midfield because McAllister definitely looks a bit ropey, and basically whoever plays with him looks a bit out of form. But I don't know what you guys think. What have you made of these recent Liverpool games?
I think I think we're almost running the danger of getting caught up in like, I don't want to use the words like media narrative, but like people keep being like, oh, like Liverpool are winning games late, blah, 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 blah. Like that's like they're winning the games. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what's happening, isn't it? Like the game continues until the game is over. Do you know what I'm saying? So like having that energy and playing through, that's just what you expect from top sides. Do you know what I mean? And I don't actually. I think like echoing kind of what Khem said. I feel like there's a lot of new players that people focus on how much money has been spent, but there's a lot of new players, new tactics being used, big personalities that have departed, big personalities that have come in. And that takes time, whether it's a football team or like an office, like it will take time for people in a working environment to gel with each other and like understand, okay, he likes to receive the ball on the run like this. He likes this. This Gakpo's never going on the overlap. Do you know what I mean? It's like, after like 2-3 weeks with man, you might think he might run the overlap. But after a couple more weeks, you're going to be like, he's not running that overlap. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I think it's really fine margins. And that's why I find it ironic that Liverpool are winning by fine margins with all of this going on. And people are acting like it's something spooky, or people like Khem are being like, oh, like, yeah, I guess you could say we're like the favourites there. I guess kind of like alongside Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've broken the transfer record twice in one window. You've got like a team that hasn't got it all worked out yet, but is still managing to take 3 points wherever they go. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, again, kind of similar to what we were saying about like Chelsea. I think like overstate, like you need something to post if you're Sky, if you're TalkSport. Do you know what I'm saying? So I hear it. I don't want to get the social media guy fired, but yeah, like it's just stuff to talk about, really. Like if it was another club, or if it was my club, for example, like I'd be like, I don't really care. Like we're showing that like now it's not fully, like the machine's not fully there and fully well oiled, but it's still letting off rounds. Do you know what I mean? Like that essentially is the most important thing. And it's at this stage in the season, I think if they can keep on winning like this, then yeah, the more it starts to gel, the scarier the hours become.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, they're definitely milking the narrative around Liverpool on this whole thing, because I mean they've won every game. I think they're just struggling to come up with something to pluck at, and it's just a positive, isn't it, to score late goals. I mean, I think this is pretty unprecedented though, for like pretty much every game you've played to end with late goals. I mean, the Arsenal one wasn't that crazy late, but all the other ones were mad late, added time. It is pretty unique, but I do think it is scary. Are you a bit shook as well, or do you feel like they could catch an L soon?
Oh no, I think they're definitely gonna catch an L soon. But I think it's like, to cross sport comparison, I think it's to like what the Chiefs in the NFL were like last year, where they just kept winning games by kind of the skin of their teeth. And like even though the Chiefs pretty much nearly went undefeated last year up until like week 15. But they won their winning games on like a last second field goal, like a blocked field goal, something like that. So I think in that regards, I think that's why I'd be concerned if I was Liverpool, because if you have to keep winning games like this, eventually it's not gonna work. Like obviously it's a good trait to show that you can like keep going to the last minute, but I think there will come a point where things will start to kind of balance out eventually, and where you just can't keep scoring a 95th minute winner. It's just there comes a point where you only get 2 minutes stoppage time. So logistically, we're not gonna have enough time anyway to be doing those type of last minute winners. So I think obviously it's good to show that never say die attitude, but I think it is. I'd be not concerned obviously, because they are still top of the table, they're still undefeated. But I would be like, we shouldn't be going down to relying on a last minute penalty against Burnley, for example. Like yes, Burnley getting away to Burnley is tough, but a last minute winner against Burnley is not what you expect from the champions of England. And then against Atletico, throwing away a 2-0 lead, where you guys were up early, and as Khem said, you did have Ekatike miss a couple sitters. and there was a lot of chances, but I feel like you could always sense something was going to happen. And obviously, Marcus Llorente just has it out for Liverpool at Anfield. He just
I love that guy.
loves.
What a guy.
I can't believe it.
He loves Anfield more so than
I
the
didn't even know
sea.
he was still there. I thought it was a different Llorente
No,
when
he
I saw
looked
his
great.
name. I
Mate,
just assumed that.
can't even fault the glow up. To be fair, those 2 goals at Anfield last time. The glow up is real. So he's come.
It's just like it's just a boogeyman.
He came back with a vengeance. So I think even Atletico, you could sense it. And when they got that second one, I was thinking, oh wow. And so obviously, I'm watching the last 5 minutes when they're getting corners. You can see kind of they're getting closer and closer. And Szoboszlai was just every set piece seemed to just hit someone on the head. So you could kind of sense something was going to go in. But I think it'll be a fool's game if they think every game could be like that, and if they got to rely on last minute winners. So yeah, I think it's good. Obviously undefeated, but I think eventually, the chickens will come home to roost, and so it will catch up with them trying to win games in the 95th minute every time. 100%.
Chickens are going to get slaughtered, mate. Isak's only going to get more match fitness. Yeah.
I mean, it's perspective though, isn't it? Because you can look at both sides. I hear both of them. I think you can look at it from the Scouse lens and say like, yeah, they haven't got Isak even properly playing. They need to work out that front three with Salah, Isak, and probably Ekatike, with Gakpo coming off the bench. That does look pretty scary. But at the same time, I'm sorry, bro, that Kirkes, what is that? We haven't talked about the dive against Burnley. I mean, that dive was diabolical. Like,
He's
I mean,
an
I know.
idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. He's a legend, yeah, for you lot and everything like that. But the last bad dive I saw was from him, where he waited like 5 seconds to fall over. But that Kirkes one is up there. It's up there with some of the worst diving I've ever seen.
Is that when Jota could have just gone around the goalie and scored? And
yeah, scored. Yeah. That one was weird as well. But overall, diving aside, Kirkes has looked ropey, man.
He's
That's
not being
probably
good,
the only signing you've made that looks real, and it's so baffling because he was really good at Bournemouth.
Yeah,
Man.
I think he's
doesn't
trying to
make
prove.
sense.
I think he's trying to prove himself. I think he's trying to prove himself too much, too soon, because he never used to dive in. His only decent game was against Arsenal, actually, because he jockeyed. I do think Saka would have turned him, because Saka can go either way. Madueke, you kind of know he eventually is going to go and just cut inside. So he did well to jockey. He stayed on his feet, jumped when he needed to jump, contested when he needed to jump, was patient. But he's clearly showing signs of being a 21-year-old in, like, I don't know if I think it's his 3rd season in the Prem or 2nd season in the Prem. So it's a good thing we kept Robertson, because now it's an opportunity for him to just actually learn the game, learn how to play for a big team as well, and be patient, because he's just being reckless and he's playing like he belongs at Newcastle at the moment. So he does need to chill out. I fully agree. He's Miller's twerkers right now until further notice.
The twerkers dive was worse than the Jota RIP dive. You know why? Because Jota's a forward. Do you know what I'm saying? No. Let's keep it like, bro. Let's be real. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I never want to see my fullback diving, trying to win. Are you smoked, bro? Are you skunked? What's going on here?
First 10 minutes as well of the game, though. It's not even the last minute. Stay on your feet and cross it in.
It's also the type of fullback, though. Kirkes is not even like the silky, mad attacking, crazy, Brazilian fullback. He's like proper, hard-working, like Jack Russell type fullback. Why is man diving? You're right, Rhys. It makes no sense. What is he doing?
That's how you expect Hector Bellerin at Forest Green Rovers to be behaving. That's vegan behavior, brother. I have no idea what's going on here, man. I was so disappointed. I watched I forgot that he was like a Liverpool player, or like that they could be bad for their game or whatever else. Just like, as somebody who likes football, as somebody who used to play fullback, I just watched it and I was like, again, for the second time in this episode, I'm asking, are you not embarrassed? Do you not have shame? What are you doing on the floor? What's going on?
Bro,
sorry,
I can't agree more. He got subbed after 20. I thought he was ruthless with Kwanzaa last season. You guys remember that? We never saw him again.
I respected that.
He needs to
coach. Get him.
He needs to wind his neck in, because Kwanzaa was a local lad, and we ain't seen him again. So you best believe you might end up back in a farm somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Kirkes, if you
Man's
don't
back in
sort it out.
Budapest in no time.
Like for real, like we'll support you. We'll support you to a point, but eventually you will walk alone. So you better freaking chill out, man. Because the guy subbed you because he thought you would get sent off. He didn't even make it to the first half of the first half. Like he actually thought, I can't trust you, and I might catch an L here. I don't fancy catching an L. You're out of here, like Jose style. So yeah, if
He
that
shouldn't have
doesn't
defended him.
teach him nothing.
I saw some clip of Arnie Slot defending him in the press conference, though. He needs to just say no comment, man, because you can't defend that. That was diabolical. So I get it. You got to defend your players, but Arnie needs to move on. And yeah, Nash, I do see your comment, bro. I'm not reading it out because we're trying to keep the editing at minimal. But thank you, bro. Man's alive. It's good to know you're alive. All right, let's go on to the Arsenal segment then, guys. We've been.
Hey, he's messaging me, telling me to read his
I
comment.
know,
I don't want
bro.
to be
It's not
involved.
happening. It's not
I
happening.
don't want to be
I don't want to know.
involved.
I can't. I don't want to check it in case I get kicked out the pod because they're
No.
So I don't know what.
Don't check it, bro. We
Screen
need you
Internet
focused.
guys.
We need IO focus. Just keep looking at the camera and keep focused. All right, let's go. Let's go on to the Arsenal segment, guys. 5 goals, 0 conceded. First away win of the season in Europe against Bilbao. Tucked away Ange, and they actually, I don't know if they did play too much of a high line, but you slapped up Forest at home as well.
Talk about
And somehow there's still discontent. Come on, lads. What's going on? How are you guys not
It's not
jumping
this,
over joy?
It's
I'd
not
be crazy.
discontent. It is.
Head Loss FC.
It's not. It's expectations. It is sadness more so.
Can you guess who was angry?
No, it's not discontent. It's more so the fact that I was happy. The Forest game was like I expected a win. The Athletic Bilbao game, obviously getting away anywhere, getting away to Spain is always going to be hard. But it's just sad seeing Eze. Like he just obviously he's still new. He still needs to get blended in. But you can just like it just doesn't. I think that was my concern when we said we were going to get him. I always thought he's going to put him on the left wing, and I just don't think he'll be as effective there. And obviously, we're still very new to the season. He might get used to it a bit more, but you can just kind of tell like he gets the ball on the left wing. Like, obviously, he can beat his man, but I think his game is obviously wants to come central. But if he comes central, it's too cramped, and then you've even got Calafiori playing centre mid, right centre mid at times. So our midfield is just stacked with players, and he gets to a point where I feel we're just not utilising Eze to his full ability. But of course, we're winning, so you got to be happy with the wins. But I think as well, it's just seeing, and obviously you got Noni that everyone's going to be excited with Noni, which has been good. He's doing the job that he set out to be, being the backup right winger to Saka. But then I'm also seeing people saying that when Saka, my mate said this in my other group chat, and then he lost my head, and I think that's what triggered me the other day. Because he said, when Saka comes back, just because we haven't got a very good left winger, he'd much rather see Saka play left wing and Noni play right wing. And I said, please get out of my face. Because that's what but that's the problem here. This is what I knew was going to happen when we like, because Noni is like what he's done has been exciting, but he truly has no final product, and it is like early stage for your Walcott, where it's just I like what you're doing. Which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be for your early stage for your Walcott because he was effective for us in what he did. However, I know as Khem said with Kirkheads, like Noni, when he's running at you, you know what he's going to do half the time. Like he's a bit obviously. I don't think he knows what he's going to do half the time, but he can kind of predict what he's going to do. And so it's just he runs at you, but he gets to that box, and then the final ball, literally, and that's why I feel sorry for Gyökeres because I'm just like he doesn't get any chances, and then people say he's done nothing, but it's the ball into him's actually been absolutely useless, and that's where I think Eze would thrive in the midfield. Don't be huffing and puffing, sir. None of that. Less of that, please. None of the huffs and puffs. But I think like I'm still happy. Obviously, to be where we are now is amazing.
Are you?
Yeah, of course I am. But I can always want more from my team, and it's sad to see Gyökeres. And I feel like if you're gonna sign a striker, you need people that can put a ball into the box. And Noni, he hasn't got a final ball. His end product is the problem for him. And I think we've seen that these as much as it's been exciting to see what he's doing, his final product is just being absolutely non-existent. And I don't know. And I think that's the issue. And so obviously it might get better with time, which I hope it does, because he's going to be in the team a lot longer. But I think that was my concern, is like great wins, great victories. But I just didn't want to... And obviously Martinelli getting a goal was good. Good for confidence. And we need to see that from him for sure. And yeah, it was overall great results. But I just think obviously it would be naive to say we were perfect. And I think that's the problem with our fans. We've got a spectrum here. And I think, as you can tell, Razor's on one side of the spectrum, I'm on the other side of the spectrum. One day we'll get to the middle.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
One day we'll get to the middle.
Do that.
One day we'll get to the middle.
No, we're not going to meet in the middle. There's a spectrum, yeah? The spectrum is, on one end of the spectrum, there's fans like me who watch the 90 minutes, yeah? And I get triggered by things that happen in the 90 minutes and decisions that Lego Head makes around the game. And then there's fans like you who get triggered by stupid things that your brethren says in a group chat, bro.
No.
Your brethren said that we should play Saka on the left wing. I don't care.
That's fine.
I don't care until Mikel Arteta says it. It's not a problem. It's not something for me to be upset about, bro. Like, it's during the Euros. Oh, Righty said they should try playing Saka at left. Bro, I don't care. We're having discussions about theoretical positioning, about when a man comes back from injury. I don't care. Did we win the game? We won the game. I personally have watched Noni play almost every single minute that he's played for Arsenal this season because I said I will be there. I said we will be there no matter what, because I was fairly confident that a lot of the men that were unhappy with us signing Noni were unhappy with the idea of us signing Noni and unhappy with where we signed him from and didn't really care about like the platform or the profile of the player that we'd actually signed. I think Noni's been good. I think, again, the spectrum, here's a spectrum, we'll remind the spectrum, over here's Razor. Razor's bothered by things that happen in the game. Man are talking about, I'm so frustrated for Gyökeres. Why? He's outscoring every other striker that's been signed this season in the league. Like,
why would you not be frustrated? That is a crazy
Why are you frustrated?
Because
why are you frustrated?
Because he gets.
I've seen the guy getting more and more comfortable in the game where our striker's not involved. Gyökeres isn't R9, bro. Like, he's not suddenly gonna go and like change. Like, bro, like there was a striker available that we thought was the finished product, like that would just glide straight into the team. We didn't want to drop the bread for him. We didn't drop the bread for him, innit? So now we've got a striker. It's gonna take him time to bed into the team. We're gonna have to change our. I'm so glad it froze there, Khem. We're gonna have to change our tactics, yeah, to incorporate him. And again, same thing. Everyone was complaining about Nelly. Everyone was like, Nelly this, Nelly that. We need someone to play on the left wing. Anyone would be better than him on the left wing. We've brought in a player that everyone across the fan base agrees is better than him, but everyone knows Eze is not an out-and-out left winger. It's going to take him time to play the system. It's going to take him time to learn where he's meant to be playing. People were losing their head on Twitter because Arteta reminded our left winger that he's meant to be near the touchline. I'm so confused. What's wrong with Arsenal fans, bro? He told the winger, come out wide where there's space. And people were like, see, this is what's wrong with our tactic. What are you talking about? He's a fucking winger. He's meant to be on the wing. He's not playing. Well, you're not at Selhurst Park, bro. You're not playing left 10 now. You're on the wing. Be on the wing. I'm so perplexed by it because I genuinely feel like we're the only fan base out of like the big sides, yeah? Like, we haven't conceded apart from a flipping freak free kick against Liverpool, which was just an amazing strike, innit? Like, it's like if a Real Madrid fan said, like, what did you want me to do about that Declan Rice free kick last year and the 2 free kicks last year in the Champions League? What could you do? Nothing. So for me personally, I don't see why there's all of this disdain and this upset. I feel like every week we'll play, Arsenal fans will find something to be disappointed by. Oh, we're playing Marino. It's not attacking enough. The brother's just slapping goals for fun against Spain. Like, say you don't like the profile of the player or how he set up the team, but you can't say you can't say that the midfielder that we played as a 9 is not an attacking player. It sounds like we're not watching the football games. Oh, man's upset because Noni's, like, people are saying that Noni's going to displace Saka. On what flipping planet does Noni Madueke kick Bukayo Saka out of a team? A team. Not even Arsenal. A team. Come on, guys, man. Let's watch football and let's talk about football. But all of this, like, oh, yeah, like, we're complaining because we've got problems. This is like a man complaining about having too many hoes or too much money or too much fried chicken. Like, why are we complaining? What's going on here, bro? We were begging for a backup. We got a backup. The backup's playing decent. Oh, yeah, but like, I know what Noni's going to... Would you rather see Leo Trossard playing right wing? Would you rather see Kieran Tierney playing on the wing? I'm so confused, man.
You're always
I feel like
complaining
everyone
about
forgot
that.
last season and the season before, bro. And then they accuse me of being delusional. The delusion is thinking that we have a problem winning 2 out of 2 games in a week without conceding any goals. There's no problems here, bro. Roll on City. Roll on City. Bring that bald fraud here.
Yeah,
What am
no,
I talking about?
it's mad. I like the confidence. Can't throw it. But you got if you don't have questions, you still there's always going to be questions. You always got to have questions. Always
I
got
have
to.
many questions.
Exactly.
I have
And
many
that's
questions. The Eze thing. The Eze thing triggered me because I even said during the transfer window, I was like, Eze is not the left winger. He's not a left winger. I wouldn't want to see him there. I know he can play there. I think he'd be an upgrade to Martinelli, but I'd love to see him play in the middle. But we knew, he said Ethan's going to play more in the middle. So Eze knew he was brought to play on the wing. If you're on the wing, you got to play on the wing, bro. Like that was a bit that threw me through the loop.
No, it's sad. I hear you. Yeah, complaining about the touchline.
It's not
thing,
sad.
too.
He's doing his job.
Nah, it's you just know there's more to give, man. But no, it's true. But it's like, as you said,
I said, is it sad for a McDonald's worker to put the fries in the bag?
Oh my god,
it's not. That's what you're doing, bro. That's your job.
Yeah, respectfully, as someone who's to go back to your analogy, Razor, someone who's starving. I find this chat very disrespectful. But yeah, we'll keep it moving. The main question I've got though, the only one is, if you guys, where does John T fall on this spectrum?
Yeah.
if you're on one side, you're both on one side. Where's John T on the spectrum? Surely there's got to be an extension to the spectrum to accommodate for him.
Yeah, John's is a combination. I think John's can rage as just as hard, but also be level-headed when he needs to be. But I wouldn't say he's middle. He's definitely not a middle ground type of man. He's definitely
John T is the rage of. He rages through every single point on the spectrum, innit?
Like, he's just Kratos.
It's a range of rage. That's what Chang is. He's the anger of everything else.
That's a Chang trait, clearly. All right, but I think that we got one thing that all of us will accept. I think even both of you guys on the different sides of the spectrum is got to be happy with the squad depth, because they're involved in a lot of these wins, right? Like regardless of how Arteta's kind of setting up the team or asking certain players to play, the fact that you're able to put Mosquera in, he deserves a shout out. He's looked unreal. For one of your best players to get injured and for him to step into the team, just like brand new, not really understanding the culture or not, coming from Spain or whatever, and he's looked unreal in that position. And then Noni's done decent, man. Zubamendi's looked really good in that Forest game. He ran the game, scored some really good goals as well. So you got to be happy with like the general outlook of the squad, even if you don't agree with Eze playing left wing or Marino coming in. Like I get it. You've got to be happy with that depth, surely.
Oh, the depth.
I would have said. No, you go, man. You go.
No, go on. Have you say, Liverpool fan? Talk to us.
I was gonna say. I can understand Ayo's initial rage at the time. And I said it in a group because he's looking at it from maybe a long-term perspective of is this guy gonna keep being negative? And I agree, because I think the big concern of you being that we'll see. We'll see tomorrow if you line up in that manner against City, but you did the same thing at Anfield, so I can understand why he's being like that. But it's funny that I had to sort of be the one to kind of bring reason to you. So that's where the guys will probably say that must be head loss if I'm even bringing reason to you, where it's just a midweek game. You're playing 3 games in the week, just get the dub. That's why I'm kind of okay. I'm not happy with blowing the leads, but we're winning at this point in the season. It's not even October yet, man. We still got another international break to come. Hopefully Graham Potter's probably out of it. But with that in mind, it's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. Eze knew what he signed up for as well. He's playing with a guy who's obsessed with control and weird positioning and strange shit that he's learned from Pep. I don't know what he picked up and other things. So you're getting the results. Now judge him if he doesn't win, then that's okay. If he's playing pragmatic, then you can complain. But I think going away to Bilbao, it's a crazy atmosphere. The first 10 minutes, you have to stay in the game. They'll stick it on you. They're nuts. And then after that, just get the dub. You got a clean sheet as well. You've only let in 1 goal this season, man. Like, I actually don't understand how you're angry at anything. Ray's right. As usual, we always agree.
Stop agreeing with
This
me.
is the thing. This is the thing that inspires the most head loss. Yeah, you man make me agree and be on the same side of the argument with people like Khem, innit? And that is worse than when I used to watch Socrates and Mustafi start.
But it's true. No,
There's no
100% it's
anger.
true.
I was saying there's no
anger. I don't think people get the difference between anger and just wanting more. That's
a
what
disappointment.
Like, my thing is, as I've always said, it's just like just be. Don't take risks, but like, we've got it. And as you said, our squad depth is crazy. Like, that part I got to give credit to the board and to Arteta, because as you said, like Mosquera, I think honest to God, I think by the end of the season he's gonna be signed for the season. Just in terms of money, in terms of what he's brought to the team. Like, as you said, for the fact we've been able to just he's not looked out of place, and we lost Saliba. Like, last year, if we lost Saliba, actually the last 2 years we lost Saliba, we had nothing. Like, we had to play Rob Holding in a title challenge.
Rob Holding, mate.
Exactly. Like, the fact that was a point as an Arsenal fan to now see that we can bring in Mosquera and he has not looked out of place. He's actually looked like honestly, him Timber, and the fact we still got this Hincapi guy as well. He came in for a couple minutes and he looked like he was on it as well. So I think squad depth wise is unbelievable, and that's one thing I can give credit, because now I don't feel scared if we have a big injury. And obviously, losing Saka, we knew Noni was going to be signed for, be the backup to Saka, and that got proven pretty much in the first week. And then midfield wise, as you can see, like, we've got Marino. Marino. I don't. If I talk about him, it gets my blood boiling a bit. But I like him in some regards. But I understand why it's good to have I understand why it's good to have a profile like him in the team. So it's good to have different types of options.
He'd be the best player at certain clubs.
Let's not go too far.
All right,
you've gone too far. This is why I don't like him. This is why I don't like him.
United would take Marino in a heartbeat right now.
Have you seen our midfield, mate?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, we'll take Sunday League players in midfield right now. Let's not use our midfield as a gauge.
You man could play a double.
That's a good
man could play a double pivot of Kobe Mainu and Lippy Lickshot, and it would still be better than some of your performance.
Guaranteed.
100.
All right. Anyway, you lot should be happy. You are happy. No one's angry. No one's head loss. You got 2 wins in a row, or maybe even more than that. But you're doing real good. 5 goals scored, 0 conceded. And yeah, Bilbao, man, I watched like a good 60 minutes of that game, and they didn't really threaten you, man. It was just before the subs, you didn't look that potent going forward. And to give credit to Arteta for the changes and the players that came on, Martinelli changed it. Trossard came in and looked lively, and that's the benefit of having a good squad, right? So yeah, Bilbao, they can be tricky. I mean, I don't know how much credit to give to that game, because even us in our stinky form went there and slapped them 3-0. So they can be good, sometimes maybe shit. But I think you guys did well to get a win regardless and get out of there. Go on, Razor, what are you saying, bro?
I want to, for clarification as well, I've been told off for applying too much pressure to Martinelli. I love Martinelli, yeah. I've go on my Twitter and search Nelly's name, innit? Like, I love Martinelli, innit? I just said that I'm going to be treating him the way that he's playing, innit? So I said that he was going to be Gabriel Martin until further notice, because I hadn't seen any chat. That run, yeah, it moved me. I got a little bit of baile on that one, yeah. It was the little nod and then the touch on the, yeah. So I know the Nelly watchers, yeah. I know you lot are onto me. There you go. I'm restaking the claim.
That finish though was questionable.
Less Gabriel. The finish was so questionable, but it was such a trademark Nelly goal, innit? Like, he scores so many of them goals, and it's kind of like when you're on the run and he's at that speed and it's 1-on-1 and the keeper's basically bricking it. I know like Jesus is gonna dink it and put it, but how many times have we watched Arsenal and just been like, I beg you, just smash that. I don't care how it goes in the goal, just get in the goal. Smack it.
It was maybe a smart finish though, because if you think about it's like really inside the body of the goalie, so it looks like it's straight at him and easy to save. But for a goalie to drop down low like that, pause and try and save it, it's probably not actually that easy. So it looks like a rubbish finish, but
I can't believe you're trying to
from a
justify
goalie's
that
perspective,
finish. I can't believe you're trying to justify that
It's hard to
finish.
score on a run. Nah, it's hard to score on a run.
yeah, man. And I feel like we also got to give credit to Nelly, but also away in Spain. I mean, that's some of the best performances I've seen from Martinelli when he goes away in a European game at Spain. In Spain, I feel like, what is it, Madrid, Valencia, now Bilbao.
Yeah.
He's just waiting on Barcelona and Atletico to get the Infinity Stones for away performances in Spain. So, yeah, shout out him. All right, let's go on to the preview and prediction section. So more pain for United on this one because I'll call out the prediction league table. So we'll start off from the bottom. Nash is on the bottom, 7.0 correct. He got no points last week because he was diabolical and didn't send any predictions. But we're not going to deduct him because I feel like that's just kicking someone when they're down. So he's already on the bottom, 7 points. I feel cruel doing that to my United brother. So we'll keep him there, 7 points, bottom of the table. Next is sixth is me, 9 points, 0 correct scores. So United double at the bottom, relegation form. Johnson's dropped. He's down in fifth, 14 points, 1 correct score. Rhys is in fourth, 14 points, 2 correct scores. Razor's had a mad climb. He's in the Champions League positions, 15 points, 2 correct scores. And then we've got Khem second, just on correct scores, 17 points, 2 correct scores. And Io's back to the top, 17 points, 3 correct scores. So let's go through the previews and predictions. We'll start off with the Merseyside derby, which is going to start in about half an hour's time. Io, since you're first, we'll let you go first with your prediction. What are you saying for this game?
I am going with a 2-2.
You know it's at Anfield, yeah? Because I got it wrong originally. It's not in the new Everton stadium.
Well, you've completely...
You're still sticking with 2-2, yeah?
So now that changes my result. Thank you for the information, sir. I appreciate that. Because I didn't have that. I didn't have that information beforehand. Okay.
You didn't have Google.
I didn't. I trust the host. I trust the host to provide information. You know what I mean. So I thought it was. He gave it. No, I will go with. I'll go. You know what? First Merseyside derby. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. Jack Grealish there. Might have a good game. He'll turn up, I think. But 2-1. Actually, no. I'm a liar. 1-1. I'm a liar. 1-1. 1-1 Merseyside.
Anfield didn't change anything but the number of goals scored. All right, 1-1 for Io in the Liverpool Everton game. Khem, since you're next. Yeah, Khem, what are you saying, bro? Are you going to draw as well? You shook? All right, 3-1 for Khem. Razor, what are you saying? You're next on the list. What's the result for you?
I watched the clips back of me trying to come up with the predictions live, and I look like a muppet. So I've actually written them down and sent them to Ant beforehand. I think it's going to be a high scoring thriller. 3-2 is my thing. I think Liverpool's defense have been a bit leaky, and Everton have looked good going forward. I think we might see the continuation of the Liverpool last minute judge.
Really? So, I mean, it's not crazy, to be honest, because what their home games so far, they've had 4-2. Obviously, the Arsenal game was just 1-0, but then Atletico was 3-2 as well. So there is a trend for them scoring and shipping lots of goals in. So that makes sense. But you can't change it now. You can't change. It's locked in. Sorry, bro.
I seen Khem like with his mic off, just look around and go shit, and I was like, the lineups are in then.
Thank God we're past the first 5 minutes. Demonetization central. All right. Rhys has gone 2-1 Liverpool as well. Johns has gone 3-1 Liverpool. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. So I think there might be lastminute.com again, but I don't know if there'll be that many goals because Everton, I swear their last game was either 0-0 or low scoring affair. So I think they might get one. Yeah, so I think they might get one, but I think even Liverpool's shaky defence is not going to be enough to concede more than one. So I'm going to go 2-1. Nash has somehow miraculously managed to get all his predictions in this week, so he's back to life. He's gone 3-1 Liverpool in that game. All right, let's go on to Brighton Spurs. We'll go through this quick since no one cares about Spurs. Io, what's your prediction for this one?
I'm going to go 2-2.
All right. I don't think that's crazy. Shout, Khem, what's your prediction for this one? So draws. Razor, what's your prediction on this one?
2-1 to the shit Spurs. It's a shitbird
All right.
derby.
Yeah, exactly. All birds, everything. All right. Rhys has gone 3-2 Spurs in this one. Johns has gone 2-1 Spurs. I'm actually going to go 2-1 Brighton. So I know Spurs have been doing well, but Brighton, I don't really rate their manager, but they tend to do better in the bigger games, even if they've been looking a bit ropey outside of it. So I'm going to go for them to, and I do think Spurs have been good, but I think they're gonna go through this. They'll get some good results, like the result in midweek in Europe, and then they might drop some points. And I don't think we can gauge it off that West Ham game because West Ham are one of the only teams worse than us. So I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton. You and your timings.
It's
Well, the fact
because they never want to let go of that nonsense about the 12:30 kickoff.
Oh yeah, of course.
So they have to act like they.
Khem, no, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You know they're never gonna let go, so they have to keep
Bro,
talking about kickoff times.
I swear to God, there was the one benefit of one of the major benefits of getting rid of Klopp was not having to hear him cry like a little baby about the fucking kickoffs. Nah, man, shut up. I don't want to hear about it, man. Let's move on. United Chelsea. Io, what's your prediction in this one?
I think is United's at home, Old Trafford.
Yeah, Old Trafford. Yeah,
that doesn't actually affect. I was just asking her to take the piss. Really.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 delivery. 10 out of 10. He said,
What
"Oh,
have we
United at
become?
home." I was like, "Does that matter?" And then, yeah, well played, bro. Well played.
I'm gonna go Chelsea. I'm gonna go Chelsea 2-1. 2-1 to Chelsea. You might sneak one. You might sneak a
Diabolical. Honestly, mate. What Sir Alex Ferguson, man. I'm sorry, brother. All the great stuff you did for us to be in this level of pain. A man wearing an Arsenal Puma shirt. It's disgraceful. All right, Cam, go on, bro. What's your prediction, man? All right. Get Fergie's name out your mouth. All right, 1-1. Razor, what's your prediction?
You man are losing. 3-1 is my prediction. I would like Cole Palmer to get back involved for my FPL. And I agree. I agree with Khem. I actually think it might constitute elder abuse to keep dragging Fergie.
It is, bro. I hear it, man. He's got to just... But the worst thing is, I saw him go and watch... Bro, he went to go and watch Rangers. And Rangers are probably one of the only teams that are doing worse than us as well. So they're just trying to end this guy. They've got to let him chill. I heard Aberdeen are doing pretty well. So let him go and watch Aberdeen, man. One of his only good clubs left. Yeah. All right, let's move on. All right. So Rhys has gone 2-1 Chelsea as well. Surprise. Johns has gone 2-1 Chelsea. I'm gonna ride out. I'm gonna crash out until the end of me. I'm going 2-1 United.
Think about where you are in the table.
Bro, I'm done. I'm cooked. I don't care about this prediction leave. At least we've still got Nash there, and Nash is my little buffer, innit? So Nash has weirdly also gone 2-1 United, so it's all good, bro. We ride together, we die together. All right.
Some might say.
You guys
Honestly,
are
bro.
the worst
All right.
type of fans. What the hell?
Bro,
What-
you know,
Bro,
Nash has
what do
still
you
got
mean? We
three-
support.
Nash has got 3 United players in his FPL, you know, like
That's
reason,
diabolical.
logic, form.
Yeah.
It won't dissuade them. They're actually the most tapped.
No,
They're
no,
What
no.
the
crazy.
hell is wrong
Remember,
with you?
remember the spectrum. Remember the spectrum talk. All right, please. All right.
Yeah.
Remember the spectrum talk. All
I
right.
said, don't
Let's
group me
go.
with that guy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Arsenal, Man City. Io, what's your prediction, bro?
Man, this is tough, man. Because I think that even though we haven't conceded, I think we concede, and I think I'm actually gonna go. I think I'm going 2-2. I think, yeah. I don't. I
Wow,
think.
high
I think it'll be
scoring.
hard. I think. Well, everyone's on like writing off City, but I think they found a bit of form now, just at the wrong time for us. And I think Haaland likes playing against us as well. And so, yeah, I think 2-2's. I don't see us conceding a lot, but I can see it for some reason happening this game. So, fortunately, 2-2.
You've gone hell of draws, man. You went
I
draw
don't know-
City for
I
most
don't
of
know
these
why
games.
I've done that today, but winners win, baby. There's a reason I'm at the top. There's a reason I'm here, man. There's a reason I'm here.
All right, honestly, I used to be rooting for you when it was between you and Khem, but I don't know. This episode has dragged you in similar conversations, bro. I have to admit. Khem, what's your prediction? This guy. This is not TikTok shop. Come on, man. Wow. All right. All right. Away win for Khem. What's your prediction, Razor?
This might be the only one from the list that I sent you already that I changed. I was feeling very confident when I wrote that. I was like 2-0 Arsenal at the Emirates. But I think I may have. Yeah. I do. I know the only thing that makes me think is I'm just like I agree with Haaland. I agree with Io about Haaland and the form. And I think they're gonna be fired up for it. I think Pep will be fired up for it. I can't see them not scoring. I still think we win. I still think we win at home. So I'm gonna go 2-1 to the Cannon, to the Gooners.
2-1. All right. Rhys has gone 1-0 Arsenal. Johns has gone 2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal as well. So I don't think it will be crazy high scoring, but I think you've got enough because I do think, again, you guys will ridicule me because of how bad we were, but you can get chances against City's defence. Their defence is not that stable, right? Like their attack might be doing a lot better, and Haaland's found his scoring boots again. Foden looked really good against us, at least. I didn't catch the Napoli game. Doku, you know what? We've gone through all of this without mentioning Doku. Doku's looked crazy in the last couple of games, so shout him out. I think he's one of those players where he does 95% of stuff really, really good, talking about no end product, but last couple of weeks he's found the end product and he's looked nuts, man. So I think he's going to probably play quite well as well. So I don't know if you'll be able to shut him out, but I think you'll still get a win.
Can I
I've
change?
gone 2-1.
Can I change mine, please?
Nah, it's too late, bro. Too late. Nah, it's too late. Too many people have gone since. And Nash has gone 2-0 Arsenal as well. So we got all scores locked in. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, Io, too late, brother. Sorry, man. We got to be fair.
Pissed right now.
We got to be fair. All right. We got all the predictions in. God, I'm praying I start getting some points, man. It's looking diabolical. But anyway, we'll wrap.
United.
Mate, both same. Me and United. What's the difference at this point? We're struggling. We're gonna wrap up the pod here, guys. So yeah, good episode. Let's see how this week goes, because next week you've also got Carabao Cup games, right? For you lot that are still in it. So you got midweek again. I'll be watching. I'll be watching again from the stands. We'll see how it goes down. But yeah, we'll chat about it all next week. So take care, guys. Great episode. Speak to you soon.
podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.